Detroit. What's up, Natural Market? Peace, Black Butterfly, Detroit, Maryland. All right. Thank y'all for joining in. I'm about to get going. Just giving people a little bit of a minute to join in. Thank you. And if y'all don't know, y'all go follow Natural Market on Instagram. And indulge in some of that Taurian energy. I'll be right back. Okay, bet. We'll be here. Okay, we got 6 people. Okay, we'll go ahead and get going. That's enough. All right. Peace, everybody out there in computer TV land. You know how it goes. I'm on my normal routine, knocking these little dishes out. I think it makes me feel, I think it must do something for me. It gives me some little feeling of accomplishment. Cosmic chlorophyll, peace to you. I think it gives me a little bit of, if nothing else, making the bed up and washing the dishes. You know, if I don't get that done in the day, boy, I feel like I'm off. I'm messed up. The world ain't in order. So, the title of the video is the title of my new book that I have recently re-released. Now, because I first released the book, let me see. I want to say it was the end of last year. I just didn't say anything. I think it was. I want to say it was maybe November, December, somewhere in there. I released the book. Now, I am notoriously impatient. So, although I had been working on this King T, Islam, you know, a book similar to the Concordance of the Bible, I did end up finding it. Okay, bet. So I first started this book in 2020, and it was just going to be a little essay. And I kept going. I was like, you know what? There's more I could say. And it became a little tiny book. And so by last year, I decided I'm going to put this thing out. Okay? And so this is how I put it out. Okay? It's got a matte finish on it. And you know, it's a little thin book, but it's got a lot of information. So I got the book back from the printer, and I went back over, and something just kept saying, this something ain't right. It needs more, you know, because Sometimes if you know certain things, you write based on what you know, and you're not thinking, well, your audience or all your readers might not understand where you're coming from. You got to explain things. You can't say, well, the North Node was in Taurus, or we had a conjunction between Saturn and Jupiter, and that means this for the future. They're gonna be like, well, how? What? How does it? How does it mean something for the future? This and that. What does the North? What does a conjunction mean? What is? How? What they got to do with manifestation and all? So I had to go back, and I decided to swallow my pride and be patient and not say anything, and go back into the laboratory and start refining this book, and I end up adding 5,000 or so more words. Now, lesson one was that, like I said, I tried to rush. And knowing that we had, I don't know how many planets were retrograde at the time, which is a time to actually slow down and review. But instead, me being me, I already been working on it 2 years. Let's go. So while the planets, we still had a couple more retrograde, I took the thing and went back over and started working again, and just put the nose to the shoulder to the grindstone and cranked it out. And so the book that was this thickness ended up becoming this thickness. That's 5,000 more words. Peace, Swords Witch. I've been out here in the field. So I added some more to this. Okay? Made it a glossy cover instead of the matte finish. Here's why this thing is timely. Okay? On February 20th, we're going to have a new moon in Pisces at 1 degree of Pisces. Pisces is the gateway out of here and to other worlds or realms. Here as in the three-dimensional world. That's why I got 2 children that are Pisces, and they'll be sitting there and they can take off and start daydreaming, and you calling their name like, hey, and then they finally like Pisces, space cadet, because their sun partly shines in another world. Pisces is always in another world, okay? So this moon, new moon in Pisces, the new moon is the planting of the seed. And you plant a seed under the ground where there's no light, there's darkness, okay? The seed is the light. And so the new moon is dark relative to our perception. It's dark because it is the seeding of intention underground, okay? And then as the moon waxes, the seed encasement starts to break down, and it said Pisces are true. Yes, yes they are. Thank you, Cosmic Chlorophyll. So as that seed breaks down, the essence of it is released, and that essence becomes the roots sprouting, and then a stem starting to grow, because all of that we see, the things that we see physically coming out of that seed was already inside the seed. So it is actually being extracted from the seed. So that's lesson 1 on manifestation. It is not as, the gimmicks will have us thinking, attracting something from out there, while that is part of it, but it's more so pulling something from inside of yourself out. That's manifestation. It is the true representation of the word educare, to pull out, to draw out. So manifestation and the seed intention is really, the seed is just releasing what was already in it. Here's the deal. On the 20th, we got a new moon in Pisces, and as Cosmic Chlorophyll said, Pisces are natural dreamers. So this is a dreamy energy, especially while we have Venus in Pisces, and I think right now Venus might be conjunct Neptune, which is a very dreamy, imaginative, even romantic energy. It's an opportunity to indulge in imagination, something that is beyond what seems realistic right now, something that seems maybe beyond your reach. Okay. But here's the deal. That's just the seeding. And you know, when you seed something, just putting the thing under the dirt ain't gonna bring it into fruition. That's just the beginning, is the planting of the seed. It has to be nurtured. Okay. So these are dates that everybody need to know about. February 20th is a major seeding date for your intentions, okay? Because that's the new moon at 1 degree of Pisces. March 16th through the 24th are key dates, the key date range, number 2. That's a range of dates. 316 through 324, which what all is included in that? We're gonna cross the vernal equinox. This will be the so-called start of spring. It's really mid-spring, but we're gonna go along with the game. March 21st, 22nd is the sun crossing the vernal equinox. Okay, it's the start of spring, the real start of the year. That occurs between this span I just gave you of March 16th through the 24th. Now, what's happening right there? Saturn will be at 1 degree of Pisces. So in other words, if Pisces and the moon together is an emotional feeling around something imaginative, a vision, an idea, well, Saturn will come and say, now this is how we build it. Whatever it is. Okay? Whatever it is, Saturn will come and say, well, this is what's got to be done to build it. You got this idea, you got this dream, you got this vision. Well, this is now how you make it reality. Because Saturn in our solar system represents the end of the material world. In traditional astrology, it represented the end, because there was no consideration of Uranus and Neptune and Pluto. So Saturn was it, okay? So, but still, we can use that to your benefit by this is where the idea is now locked in, because I am acting as though it already is. That's Saturn. Because here's the deal. Here's proof that I know, and I don't like to boast or whatever, or jack my own chain, but this is proof that I know something definitive about manifestation. The fact that I could produce a fucking book. This is the real life representation of Saturn in Pisces, because the book starts as an idea. And a lot of people got a lot of gifts in them, a lot of talents, and the shit never is realized because the Saturn piece is missing. Now we put aside all the negative, all archetypes got shit with them and they got positive. So there's no such thing as this is all this way and this is all that. No, we're talking about how to use it. Everybody on here got some gifts. Everybody on here got some gifts, okay? That you should be bringing into and sharing in this reality. Even if your gifts are beyond this reality, you should be pulling it to where it can be expressed in here. There's a group for everybody. Everything ain't for everybody. You know, there's a group for everybody. So this starts as an idea. And the next thing you do is you write an outline. That's the simple for any of y'all who got that in you, the writing spirit in you, who you got something, some knowledge or some discovery that you want to bring in this medium. You first start with the Piscean realm of an idea, you know, of sort of which say I'm in the astral realm group. Bingo. I see things that other people can't see. But then the question is, well, how can I bring it down, if I would use that term, to where I can, you know what I'm saying? I can present it for your benefit and for the benefit, not saying you not doing that, but I'm just using that as an example of how can I bring it to where it's a benefit for me and for a benefit for the people that I am presenting it to. You know, so the Saturn part is next step. I'm gonna write me an outline because Saturn rules the bones in the body. And the bones is like, you know, like this house. This house had to be framed first. It had to have a foundation poured, Saturn, and then it had to have a frame, which would be the bones of the house, Saturn. That's how you build a house. That's how you build whatever you're gonna manifest. However, whatever you into, you got to figure out how to create the bones of it. For me, as a writer, what's up, Black Butterfly? Glad you're back. I'm gonna try to move quick. I know you're on your lunch break. So either way, you can go back and watch it again. So for those who are do what I do, like I like one of the things I do is I write. So I take the idea and I create a skeleton, and the skeleton is an outline. All the outline is I'm gonna talk about this, I'm gonna talk about that, bam, and you got these subgroups. Then you take those subgroups and then you say, I'm gonna expound on this subgroup, such and such and such. And now what you've done, by the time you get done with it, you've laid out the chapter page, a rough sketch of the chapter page of your book. And then the rest of it is you write an essay for each chapter. And when you do it that way, you got a fucking book. Now, that ain't where you stop. You got to go and review and edit and proofread. But the basic bones, what a lot of people struggle with is getting started. And here's my point. Why I brought up this thing about me completing this book. I have an inherent confidence within me, okay? That if I have an idea, that I got to follow that shit, even if nobody don't get it. I believe so much in my shit that I'm gonna formulate some plan to get the shit done. That's the motherfucking secret to that shit's magical. Like that episode of the Twilight Zone, The Big Tall Wish, and the boy's name is Henry, and Henry says, what's the guy, Bolo or whatever. He said, he said, I made the big tall wish, Bolo. I wish that you would win the fight and such. And the dude can't believe that this is possible. And he tells Henry, oh boy, that's just a bunch of foolishness. That stuff don't work. Life don't work like that. You know, such and such. And the boy says, you gotta believe. You gotta believe. And he said, the magic only works if you believe. That was the fucking shit. 1963, I think, when that episode came out. Go try to find The Big Tall Wish on Twilight Zone. Now, and check this out. Check this out. I just now thought about this. See, I just thought about this. Or should I say, it was just FedEx to me. This thought was just FedEx to me. In the episode, the boy has pet rabbits. In the Chinese zodiac, what year is this? The year of the rabbit. If you got something in you, you better get that shit out of you. Somebody needs to hear this. Somebody's sitting on some shit and you just ain't fucking confident enough to make your shit happen. That's why I say they got all these theories going on social media about this and all these conspiracies. To a point, you gotta say fuck some of that. Because what'll happen is you'll get so caught up in this theory and that theory that your own shit you don't do nothing with. That's part of the game. Got you looking here, got you looking there, and you all scattered around here, this, and they're gonna give you everything you want right now, because conspiracy is the greatest entertainment right now. And I'm not saying a lot of shit ain't going on, but I'm saying this, whatever the fuck going on, you and I better have our own shit going on. I ain't sitting around getting hamstrung and waiting on the fucking world to end. I'm gonna keep pushing. You know, Sword which says, I've been on so many dimensions and I want to keep sharing what I learned. Right on. You just gotta, but you gotta figure out some way to convey it and it ain't gotta be no book. It can be poetry. It can be if you a fetisher and you creating jewelry, whatever. You know, energy moves. And when it doesn't move, it's dead. So however, what it is you tap into, it's just that you got to figure out your own magic to convey it. If it's in your spirit to convey it. If it ain't, fuck it. But if it's in your spirit to convey it, then the challenge is just for you to figure out what highway am I going to put it on. I'm trying to get to North Dallas. All I got to figure out is what highway I'm going to take. Am I going to take 360? I'm going to take 408? Am I going to take 35? Whatever. You know, I just got to figure out how to get there. And that's where the simple shit comes in. See, I pride myself in the simple, you know, because I know there are people who are in touch with way more than I am. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes they're so much in touch with the world beyond, it's difficult to crystallize it here. But if you crack your code, because right now the world is hungry. The world is hungry. People are hungry. People are coming out the cave, and they scratching their eyes, you know, and they need some substance. I'm tired of all these fucking shorts. I'm tired of all these clips of this video, that video. You can't learn shit off all these fucking clips. You gotta have some damn, like, the shit used to be you set 6 hours with something, you set 7 hours with something, and you got the whole meal. Everybody wants everything like lickety split, microwave. But Black Butterfly said the importance of discipline, focus, studying, and solitude. Yes, and all those things are Saturnian that you mentioned. And I saw one of your videos. You got a gift for music. You definitely better not be playing around right now. Music, Pisces. Music pulls from outside of this realm. So if you got something with your music that you're dragging your feet on, or some other form of artistic expression, I'm challenging you. Not saying that's what the deal is. I felt compelled, you know. But here's the other date. So Saturn is going direct. As we go into spring, Saturn is traveling direct between the 16th and the 24th. Okay? And then Saturn will turn retrograde. So here's a third date range you need. September 22nd through October 10th. Okay? Now, if you paying attention, let's see who paying attention. What do those two sets of dates got in common? 316 through 324, 922 through 1010. Let's see who really paying attention. What those got in common? Let's see if anybody is using their spidey senses. September 22nd through October 10th. And then the second set of dates was March 16th through the 24th. Days you can plant seeds. Well, the seed planting should be on the 20th. These are the days we working, but you still own it. It's simple. These are the equinoxes. March 16th, you close, worthy maiden, they're the equinoxes. March 16th through the 24th, spring equinox. September 22nd through October 10th, that's around the fall equinox. So I'm telling you, write this shit down. This is, look, when stuff like this line up, don't take it as a coincidence, because these are opportunities, you know. As they say, a word to the wise is sufficient. So whatever you are working on at the spring equinox, you will come back and revisit at the fall equinox, because Saturn will be retrograde. In other words, you're going to be going back over it. You're going to be going back over it. Okay? Now, on November 28th, through December 15th, Saturn will be moving direct. Okay? And it will go back over that point again of 1 degree of Pisces. Now, what's special about that? Because that will be Sagittarius season. And Sagittarius, I ain't gonna never get these damn dishes done. Sagittarius, the symbol for Sagittarius is an arrow. So what is an arrow for? It's a projectile. So Sagittarius is partly the projection of a thought far away. It is an idea. It is a truth. Whereas Pisces is imagination, vision. Sagittarius becomes more of a pointed truth. You know, because Sagittarians feel like they got the truth and nobody else got it, you know, sometimes. Okay? Because they are looking way over the horizon. Shit, sometimes I feel like I got the truth. Hell, I'm a Sagittarius rising, so I can't front, you know. Or sometimes people may perceive me as if I think I got the truth, the greater truth. Okay? So in other words, you're going to initiate on February 20th. Okay? You're going to start building the frame on between March 16th and March 24th. You're going to have your building inspection between September 22nd and October 10th. Then you're going to, depending on the quality of your work, from November 28th through December 15th, you will be launching full speed ahead into a new future. A new future. And that's how we can use the energy and work with it. So here's the deal. When Saturn goes retrograde, guess what? Now, it should sound easy the way I'm laying it out. We can expect some type of little frustration. Because Saturn is a cardinal, it can emit cardinal energy when it's in Capricorn. And cardinal energy is about the start of things, okay? Cardinal meaning hinge. It opens the door hinge to a new season, okay? Now, the thing about it, though, is that Saturn is a planet because of, you know, those words of discipline and steadiness and stuck and stability. It can produce an energy of no, okay? And it's like, damn, how can it be associated with the start of a season, which is an initiatory, but it has the energy of no? Well, if you think about the cardinal signs, they all have an aspect of fire because the first cardinal sign is a fire sign, Aries. So whatever is the first sign of a modality, it sets the tone for all the other ones. Okay? Taurus is the first fixed sign. So all the fixed signs have an element of earth in them, of earth is fixed. Leo fixed. Scorpio fixed. Aquarius fixed. They all, although they different elements, they underlining, they have the element of Taurus because it's the leader. All mutable signs have an aspect of air because it's change. Air is rapid change, it's thought, it's mutability. So even Saturn has a fire component to it. And so here's the deal. When you hit your brakes in the car, you got a pad that pushes down on the cylinder, okay? And it causes friction and stops the wheel from moving. And I ain't no mechanic. I'm giving you the layman's breakdown of this. Okay, but I do know it's the stopping of the vehicle is based on combustion. So what in the hell does that mean? That means that even though Saturn frustrates us when it's retrograde and it slows things down even more, it's actually still creating fire. And if we work with it while it's retrograde, we are still building the fire that we already kindled way months back. What happens is the frustration can come in from the grinding and the slowing down of the gears. Because I want to go, but my damn emergency brake is on. If you can try to maintain your senses and work with the energy and say, okay, I'm going to see what maybe I did not see. Then you start to move in flow with the energy. And that helps to move you and progress you further along with whatever you are bringing out of yourself, i.e. manifesting. You see, last night we watched people prove that this stuff should be taken seriously. And that's going to be a separate video on the Super Bowl. Especially with the dude or whoever they had as Damar Hamlin. Whatever that was all about. And it lines up with the thing of Saturn going into Pisces. But we'll do that's more on the negative side of so I wish they no, say it now. Okay. Here's the deal. If you get a chance, go back and look at his jacket that he was wearing. Okay? There's a connection between him and the Serena Williams commercials. Okay? And a little more, but especially him and Rihanna. Saturn is associated with the number 7. Okay? 7 rings, 7th day of the week, Sabah. Sabah is the Hebrew for 7, and Sabah is also Sheba, which is the great queen of the South. Rihanna's name means, say watch it 7 times. That's what's up. I don't even remember what I said in that lecture. I got to go back and watch it again. But I know I was talking about Tamar. But look, so Rihanna, that name, for what I found, means great queen. I'm associating that with the great queen of the South, Sheba. Okay? And Sheba brings gifts to Solomon. Well, Rihanna was pregnant. At least she looked like it to me. Now she's in all red. represents the root chakra. And we know we don't demonize the root chakra, but it is problematic if it's not integrated. And so nothing about our society is about true integration. And so what makes the root chakra negative or any other one is the not being integrated into the whole. Okay? So she represents giving birth to the hell spawn. Oh, she is. Oh, okay. Okay, right on. Bet. Thank you. So she's giving birth to the hell spawn. Now, don't take this as look, I'm not even gonna word clarifying myself. Follow the context of what I'm saying. I ain't trying to make this into no Phi Beta Baptist. But what I'm saying, the hell spawn as in the undeveloped seed. Because the root chakra is associated with Aries, which is the baby. Aries is the baby of the zodiac. It's the head emerging from the womb, okay? What makes it problematic, if you say it's not integrated, it means the child never develops. The child does not evolve, okay? So, now, okay, I could say more about that, but that's the initial statement. You got her, but then you got peace, wise feminine. Then you got my man at the beginning who's wearing the jacket, and the face on the jacket is somebody who is sick. You got to go back and look at it. On the back of the jacket, he got something that looks like something on a cross, and this character is sick, and it has eternal. Okay? So, eternal sickness. Trying to see if I can keep my thoughts together. They did this the week before. No, first of all, they did it while the moon was at 15 degrees of Scorpio. The moon is in its fall in Scorpio. The moon was at 15 degrees opposite Uranus at 15 degrees of Taurus. Uranus is in its fall in Taurus, and the moon is in its fall in Scorpio. And they're opposite each other, and that's when we start the game. And so part of what Scorpio is death. Now we know the evolved picture of Scorpio is it is what is perceived as death leading to rebirth. It's alchemy, it's transformation. But if the alchemical process does not occur, then what Scorpio represents is feces, stagnant water. Scorpio rules over restrooms. Or toxins, because your feces, your waste is toxic. The boy had someone sick on his jacket, and the sick looking eternal above it while the moon is in its fall opposite Uranus in its fall. Shit's crazy. Then you have Serena, who was advertising on a Michelob commercial, and she endorses Remy Martin. Like, damn, y'all couldn't find nobody. So they needed her, that energy, another black woman, to serve as a gateway. Rihanna was the queen, okay? Bringing up the hell spawn. And then Serena, what is Serena? Pisces deals with imagination, spirituality, music, magic. It also deals with narcotics. It also deals with alcohol. Saturn deals with discipline and all the stuff we talked about, but Saturn is also the government. Let me tell y'all something. We are moving into the era of government-sponsored drug addiction and alcohol addiction. I done did science. I ain't pulling this shit out my ass, you know. So, cause I did the science. In 1935, when Saturn was in Pisces, Disney was in its. That's when the allure of Disney was built. That's Mickey Mouse is in his heyday. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And I got an article from the New York Times that says prosperity out of fantasy. Prosperity is Saturn, okay? Fantasy, Pisces. Now, so whenever you go and watch the Super Bowl, it is someone's form of prosperity out of fantasy. And especially last night, because all of the pageantry and all of the ritual, fantasy. It's somebody has imagined and envisioned this, and then let's imagine that it's a structure, some type of governing structure that is behind this. Pisces is also disintegration because it disintegrates. It breaks down barriers. Okay, in 1964, we had government-sponsored desegregation because Saturn went into Pisces, 64. So in other words, you put all that together. If that's facts. It's regular tobacco smoke shops in Dallas. Selling marijuana now. They giving it away. There we go. And this ain't the shit that we used to have. Not, I don't know what this some other shit. You know, and celebrities, like, who walks around all the time always smoking? Like everywhere you appear in the video, you got a blunt in your hand. Rick Ross always got a blunt. Snoop always got a blunt. Mike Tyson always got a. Come on now. Come on now. Something. So what I'm just trying to demonstrate was that last night was in preparation based on the fact that we had the moon opposite Uranus, and the moon was in water. And then the new moon, a week from now, will be in what? In water. Psychic energy. Water is psychic / emotional energy. So, the danger is the people that we are living around. They are the ultimate danger. Because the people, if you already are dead and you don't have just no thought about nothing, you are just sitting as a open vessel for anything to be programmed into you. And now is the season of great programming. So, part of manifestation is not just the, hey, you want your new Mercedes? Fine, whatever. But it's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. It's represents a form of countermeasures. And I'll leave it at that. So, there you got it. So, which you done made me fucking, You know, they say on the thing, you supposed, you gotta keep dangling the fruit in people's face. Make them come back, watch another video. You know, put this up for 15 seconds and then chop it up and make 25 short videos out of it. So but there you go. Reader's Digest version. But whatever I believe that we're here for a purpose at this time, because it definitely has the energy of childbirth. It definitely has the energy of childbirth, which is traumatic. It's traumatic, and I ain't had one, don't plan on it, but just being there and witnessing, it's a traumatic, tense situation. The mother and the child are kind of, life is really in the balance. Life is in the balance when a child's being born. And good professionals will do a good job of, even if something is looking funny or whatever, they'll do a good job of not conveying the stress, especially to the mother, until it is absolutely beyond their ability to not. But if we just be honest, the whole process is just traumatic. We are definitely in a birthing, we in the birth canal. We in that motherfucker. I mean, you ain't gotta, shit, you ain't gotta be no Einstein. We in the birth canal. And but to be here at this time, I'm like, damn. That's kind of something to make you feel like something special got to be about your ass. And I also say, I don't want to squander the fact that I'm here, because obviously there's something of value about me, of great significance, that I'm here at such a pivotal time. So in the midst of all of the selling fear and projection and this and that, find some space to love on yourself. Love on yourself. And remind yourself of what you have of value. I tell my clients this all the time. I said, construct you a Venus list. Venus deals with love, enjoyment, things that are delightful. It deals with resources. So sometimes you got to really sit and assess your resources. As in, what do I have of value? On all levels. What do I have of value? Because at a time when we're being birthed into a new reality, and you coming here with something of value, then there's a chance that you are responsible. I know a lot of people don't like that you're responsible for more than you. And I don't mean you're responsible for nobody's outcome, but you're responsible that whatever you got that is a gift, that it not just sit and canker or fester or spoil. It's just like in the zodiac. Leo is the fruit. It's the, because the fruit Once we know the fruit is ripe, it almost shines on the tree, like the sun, Leo. But if that fruit don't get picked, cultivated, and the right time frame, that ripeness becomes spoilage, becomes spoiled, useless. So I have learned what part of my assignment is, and it is to help people cultivate their fruit and to not let it spoil. Sometimes some people need a little push, a little battery in their back. Some people need a voice of encouragement on just old simplest level, because you got so much discouragement out here that is masked like it's trying to encourage you, which is crazy. This is a small little book, but I'm gonna tell you what. I have books this size that I've never completed reading because it's so dense, full of information. This is one like that. This little book is I'm proud of it. Now on my site, 720astrology.com, you can see here on the back, 720astrology.com, I'm selling this book for $12.99. Not trying to bust anybody in the head. $12.99. You pay, you order, I get to the post office. I don't wait until the next week and say, well, I ain't going out to the post office till I get 25 orders at one time. I go as people order. You know, customer service matters. I don't care how deep you are, whatever. You know, we got to stop jerking people around and then tell them they got to accept it. I value the people who support what I do. I don't get on here much. I don't get on here. I don't beg for money. You know, I don't get on here and say, hey, it's my birthday, hit my Cash App. And not that I got a problem with people doing that. But when I come out and bring something, because I don't talk a lot, but when I talk, I got something to say. And when I put out something, it's the real deal. It's the real deal. And I'm going to do some things in the future. I'm going to read some things out of here, you know, just some little snippets. But, yo, if you support me, thank you, Wise Feminine. Wise Feminine, mad supporter. You know, I appreciate it. But know this, when you support me or this work, you are supporting yourself. Because I put some good work into this. I'm proud of it. 720astrology.com, $12.99. Enrich your soul with a copy. I'll send you a signed copy ASAP. Well, that's all I got. I didn't. Yo, no doubt. I'm gonna sign off. What time is it? A little bit after 12. I got a couple of minutes. I can get some more stuff done. But 720astrology.com. I'm also available for readings. And look, let me say this. My readings can possibly change your life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that to be arrogant. I'm saying I'm speaking more to the science/art of astrology than I am to myself, you know. But me personally, what I put into it. See, when people deliver you something, their intention comes through. Like my wife say, the secret to cooking is to cook with love. You know, and I'm gonna tell you something. That sounds like just some old cliche, but you can convey your intentions come through through whatever you, like I was telling the sister, Sword Witch. There's so many ways to put your intent. And if my intent is to not do harm. My intent is to not do harm. Because, I mean, you got enough people who specialize in that shit. You got to have something else to balance the scale. Mine is about healing. Mine is about seeing people grow. Mine is about seeing people develop into something they possibly didn't think they had in them. You know, so this is just me carrying out what I'm supposed to be doing. I lost my train of thought, but either way, this is me carrying out what I'm supposed to be doing. And that's that. On that note, stay down till you get up. When you get up, stay down. Peace.